It's been feeling like winter all week long with some very cold mornings, but tomorrow is technically the first day of winter, and it will still be very cold. Our lows tonight will be in the middle 20s, highs tomorrow in the upper 50s. It will be a nice sunny and dry day though, so enjoy that because by the time we make it to Christmas, there will be some rain. All those details coming up.
Now at 10, how a local organization is bringing awareness to domestic violence and mental health during this holiday season. Plus, redrawing lines in Georgia. We have the latest on the redistricting fight in the Peach State. And bringing Christmas cheer to some local children. We hear from volunteers at the Salvation Army's Angel Tree Initiative. Your News at 10 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 10 on MeTV.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Hannah Latier. Thank you for joining us. Coverage you can count on begins with a first look at our weather with meteorologist Jenna Petracci. Jenna, last time I checked the temperatures, they were in the 30s?
Yes, 30s already. Usually we get into the 30s once we get past midnight, but it's already only 10 o'clock and we're seeing even some upper 20s in some parts of the CSRA. Here's a live look now at our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam outside the station. At least it is a nice dry night. Of course, no rain this week with any of these cold temperatures, so we will continue to see dry weather as we go into our Thursday as well. Just a cold start to the day for sure. As you can see, we're already in the upper 20s to mid 30s, as we mentioned. 30 in Augusta, 30 in Barnwell, 31 in McCormick, a little bit warmer in Swainsboro at 37. Aiken, our coldest spot, at 29 degrees. Lincoln at 32, 31 in Edgefield. Dew points are all in the 20s and low 30s. We have a very dry and cold air mass across our area with the winds very light, under 3 miles per hour. So we still have all the ingredients in place to have the very cold temperatures tonight. The only difference is that we do have a little bit more cloud cover, so this will keep us at least a few degrees warmer than it was this time yesterday. You can see earlier this morning we started out the day at 23 degrees. That is well below average for this time of the year and the coldest temperature we've had since January. So notice tomorrow morning we won't be at 23, instead 28 at 5 a.m., 26 by 7 o'clock. So a little bit warmer, but nonetheless still a very cold night. Slowly warming up each day though. As we go into the weekend, it will be noticeably warmer. It'll also be dry through the weekend and warmer on Christmas, but also with a pretty good chance of rain. So I'll have a look at the future cast and the 10-day forecast coming up. Back to you, Hannah.
All right, thank you so much, Jenna. This just in, the Richmond County Sheriff's Office is investigating a deadly crash on Gordon Highway. A car struck a log truck that was stopped at a red light. The coroner's office pronounced the driver of the vehicle dead at the scene. Their identity will be released when the next of kin has been notified. Coverage you can count on continues as a local organization is spreading awareness of domestic violence and mental health during the holiday season. All of us hope for happy holidays, but a local organization says it is seeing a disturbing trend. Nikita Dennis joins us live in the Satellite News Center to explain. Nikita?
Yeah, officials at Safe Homes tell me they are seeing more domestic violence cases, and they want you to know where you can get help if you need it.
We've seen a huge increase since Thanksgiving. So during Thanksgiving time, we had two people in our shelter. That Sunday afterwards, we were at capacity, which is at 24. So we have definitely seen an increase over this past holiday, more so than we have in past holidays.
Many are at high risk of domestic violence during this time of year. Safe Homes of Augusta is providing resources like workshops, a crisis hotline, and mental health guidance.
We know that the holidays bring a lot of extra stress upon us, whether it be financially, the kids being home from school. And so we do offer other resources in-house. So we do have a counseling department.
As a counselor, it's myself. We have another staff counselor, and we have a couple of master level intern counselors. We see the individuals that are upstairs in the shelter, and then we have outreach clients that we see as well.
The Safe Homes counseling services give people the opportunity to open up to professionals about their trauma and experiences, and everything at the facility is confidential.
It's really important that they know those things so that there's a sense of community, a sense of being that they're not alone, that there's other individuals that are going through very similar situations that they're going through.
But it's important for people to take that first step to getting help.
One thing that we know is that when someone's in a domestic violence situation, they have to be ready to leave. So as much as we want to say, please come on and come, we also know that that's not the correct thing to say because they have to be ready. We know that when leaving a domestic violence situation, that's the most dangerous time.
Safe Homes also highly encourages anyone to use their safety hotline for help by dialing the number on the screen. Live in the Satellite News Center, Nikita Dennis, WJBF, News Channel 6.
All right, thank you, Nikita. New district maps are one. It's the most wonderful time of the year, and local nonprofit organizations are making sure kids experience the Christmas magic. Bria Smith has the story.
The Salvation Army Angel Tree Initiative gives children a chance at a guaranteed Christmas, serving over 500 families and 1,300 kids.
She led us to the toy room, and then I started packing up the packages, and then we started grabbing the dolls to put up, and then the pre-K stuff with the books and the games.
Denver Davis is a young volunteer and tells me it makes his heart happy.
I love that there's people out there who love to help kids.
The idea was to pop off a tag from the Kroc Center's Christmas tree and donate a gift. Tuesday, December 19th was the drive pickup, and Wednesday morning, the overflow remained.
So today is just really the last few that we'll pick up that weren't able to make it yesterday.
But also, let's get a basketball.
Jamie Dupree is the Lieutenant Corps Assistant for the local Salvation Army and says the toy drive and distribution couldn't have been possible without the help of the community and volunteers.
Everybody just is thankful that the community showed out so well. I mean, they got great gifts, and people were lining up saying thank you here up at the front and at the side there. When we brought out the gifts, they were just happy to receive.
Let's do that one. That would be good.
Dupree believes despite the hard times people might be facing, the love the community showed this year is the definition of a Christmas miracle.
Thank you so much for all you did. We could not do this without you. So many families were blessed this year.
Volunteering for me is good for the children and everybody that's going to get something that doesn't have a family.
This does mark the end of the 2023 Angel Tree Drive, but the Salvation Army will pick back up next year. In Augusta, Bria Smith, WJBF, News Channel 6.
We now know the winner of the 2023 Columbia County Light Fight. Columbia County announced out of the 3 finalists, the Flugen family is this year's winners with the most votes. Their Christmas lights display is recognized as a community favorite. The other 2 finalists were the Dukes of Evans and the Jeffries family of Grovetown. We here at WJBF would like to give a congratulations to the Flugen family. And we hope you will spend part of your holidays with us. This Sunday at 1 p.m., join us for our holiday special, Christmas Eve on News Channel 6. We have lots of holiday fun planned for you. We'll be tracking Santa's route to the CSRA and tell you Christmas stories from across our area, including one local town where Christmas is a year-round event.
I knew when I was living in Augusta and I worked in Aiken, I knew my previous boss, he was like, so where are you from? And I'm like, Santa Claus. And he was like, no, really, where are you from? And I'm like, Santa Claus. And he goes, you're kidding me. I thought, no, I'm not. I'm like, I'm from Santa Claus, Georgia.
Join us for Christmas Eve on News Channel 6 this Sunday at 1 p.m. right here on WJBF. Coming up, a cool evening but possible warmer days. Jenna will have your full forecast when we return.
How do you
Visit countonamish.com to apply today.
Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live, Viper 6.
Good Wednesday evening. We had another very cold day, especially earlier this morning. Here are our observed lows that we had across the CSRA. It was only 19 degrees this morning in Saluda. I'm seeing a lot of 21s across the area and 23 at Augusta Bushfield. So this was a much colder than normal day. Definitely already feeling like winter, even though the first day technically happens tomorrow, the first day of the winter season. Here's a live look at our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview Camp over in Waynesboro. It's another below freezing night. We're already at the 30-degree mark here in town. Dew point of 27. Winds are calm, which means our temperature temperatures are able to fall pretty drastically. We're seeing some low 30s across our western line counties, 37 in Swainsboro, our warmest spot, and our coldest spot is Aiken at 29 degrees. We do have a little bit of help from the cloud cover that will keep us at least a few degrees warmer than it was last night, so I'm not expecting any teens at least, but definitely still cold. So as I mentioned, it is the first day of winter tomorrow. That's because the Earth's axis is tilted furthest away from the sun, and that means we're going to have the shortest day of the year tomorrow. So here's a look at tomorrow. We're going to start out around 26 degrees at 7 a.m., warming up into the upper 50s. A little bit of cloud cover here and there, but overall a nice sunny and dry day. And we are going to experience the warming trend, 31 on Friday morning, and then eventually into the upper 40s going into Christmas morning, and then low 50s for Tuesday. So that will be a really nice change of pace. Speaking of Christmas, already only 5 days away, so we do have more of an idea of what the forecast is going to look like for you. I'm calling it a naughty and nice forecast because the good news is that it will be much warmer than it is now. But the bad news is that we do have a chance of rain, so you may want to plan for some indoor celebrations for your Christmas day. However, for Christmas Eve, it'll be just fine to be outside. It will be pretty mild, 66 is our temperature. Mostly cloudy though, not the most beautiful Christmas you could say, as it will be a very gloomy one with the rain. Here's a look at noon on Sunday though, Christmas Eve. You can see a low pressure system will develop, once again bringing us a lot of rain across the southeast. So a similar setup to what we've had over the past few weeks. This is the El Nino setup, bringing us a lot of rain. So you can see by Monday afternoon, the entire CSRA covered with that light rain. I'm not expecting many pockets of heavier rain, and I'm not expecting any thunderstorms either. So for the most part, a steady light rain. Lows tonight will be in the low to upper 20s, and highs tomorrow will be in the upper 50s for everyone. And here's a look at that 10-day forecast. We will go back to warmer temperatures starting on Friday, back into the 60s, mostly cloudy but dry on Sunday. On Christmas, cloudy, rainy, and a high of 65 degrees. And we'll be right back.
The vote. 70 years ago, a local legacy was born that changed television forever.
Who would ever have thought that television would have become as important as it is, JB?
But throughout it all, one thing that has remained the same is the passion we feel for our community and the dedication we have to our viewers. WJBF News Channel 6, celebrating 70 wonderful years of coverage you can count on.
The Justice Department announced its first predatory mortgage lending case today. Officials are suing a Texas-based housing developer for targeting thousands of borrowers with false statements and unaffordable loans.
No home and shattered dreams.
That's what top law enforcement officials say thousands of Hispanic families are left with after buying property from a Texas-based housing developer.
What we uncovered was disturbing.
The Justice Department and Consumer Financial Protection Bureau announced Wednesday they're suing Colony Ridge.
The impact of this unlawful, discriminatory, and fraudulent scheme is devastating.
The lawsuit accuses the developer of targeting the Hispanic community on TikTok, exploiting language barriers, and locking families into unaffordable loans.
A one-stop shop for discriminatory lending.
Assistant Attorney General Kristen Clark says about 1 in 3 Colony Ridge loans fail within 3 years, and that's more than 10 times the national rate.
That equates to thousands of Hispanic borrowers who lost their homes.
Clark says Colony Ridge then buys back the properties for pennies on the dollar,
and then reselling them at even higher prices to new, unsuspecting borrowers.
These officials say the lawsuit aims to compensate current and former homeowners and to protect future homeowners from unfair lending practices.
Hardworking people who are hoping to achieve the American dream.
Earlier this year, the state of Texas also launched an investigation into Colony Ridge. At that time, the CEO defended his company, saying it provides an affordable option for low-income Texans. In Washington, I'm Jesse Chenor.
Coming up, our WJBF Scholar Athlete of the Week, and a look at the first official signing day of this December period.
Lottery.
Now, WJBF sports coverage you can count on.
It was a very busy first official national signing day of the December football signing period, and the Georgia Bulldogs coming away with the #1 class according to some of the rankings. The dogs class includes Swainsboro's do-it-all athlete DeMello Jones. The five-star recruit played quarterback, he played receiver, he played running back, he played kick returner, and of course he played cornerback, which is what he's set to play for the Bulldogs. He picked UGA over more than 25 other schools, including Ohio State and Florida.
I have 26 offers. I took UGA because that's where my heart was. They showed me the most love and care. I plan to work my tail off, get on the field early, do everything I have to do in the classroom to make that happen, be there for all my teammates, and get good coaching from my coaches. Go Dogs.
Jones was the number 12 overall ranked recruit in the state of Georgia. It was also a special day at South Aiken, a long time in the making for quarterback/wide receiver Terrence Smith as he signs to play for the Yukon Huskies. Smith came in as a wide receiver but played QB beginning his sophomore year and ended up rewriting all of the offensive records for the T-Birds. Now he says he's excited for his next step.
Oh, that feels good. I've been waiting on this moment like all my life. I always wanted to play D1 football, and now that the time finally coming, I just can't wait to make it happen. I love the way that they play too, but it's the coaches mainly and the players. When I went on my official visit, they made it feel like a family down there. Like I said, it felt like I just knew them all my life. Like, it was definitely the coaches though, the vibes I was getting from the players and the coaches though.
Smith says he's excited to return to playing his favorite position at wide receiver with the Huskies. And Midland Valley All-State running back Trayvon Dunbar not holding a signing day ceremony, but he did make his commitment to the West Virginia Mountaineers on Wednesday afternoon via social media. Dunbar became just the second player in South Carolina history to rush for more than 3,000 yards this season. He also racked up 42 touchdowns. Dunbar chose WVU over many other schools, including Arkansas. Well, this week's WJBF Scholar Athlete is Harlem High School's Emerson Guy. Emerson is a star baseball player for the Bulldogs and helped Harlem win the 2023 state championship. His effort in the classroom and his high GPA also make him a leader on campus, and his parents and coaches say they're proud of his work ethic on and off the field.
I'm just honored. I'm thankful again for people pushing me to excel and thankful for the community to support Harlem baseball and athletics. Very grateful.
We're very proud of him. He's put in a lot of hard work. Had a lot of people that have poured into him, so we're, thankful for his work ethic and the support of the community and family and friends.
He has worked real hard. He doesn't see things as adversity. He just sees them as challenges, and he works hard to meet any challenge that he can, whether it's in the classroom, or has to put in extra work, or on the ball field. He's had great coaches, great mentors, people that he can look up to, and have given him great guidance to see what true leadership is, and we're just thankful for that.
We have some awesome things going on at Harlem High School right now, and Emerson just represents that. I mean, his work ethic, how much time he puts into his studies, it's truly amazing. It's good to see him kind of lay the foundation and set the example for our younger kids as well. I mean, winning this award, showing how important academics is as well as athletes is a good thing.
Not sure where he wants to go to college yet, but he hopes to keep playing baseball and maybe one day make it to the pros. A big congrats to Emerson and his family. That does it for sports.
Well, one morning, me and my wife were headed to work. Bus came out right in front of us, and then I woke up hours later in the emergency room. I was worried about the health and well-being of my wife. My son contacted Austin Jackson. They took all the pressure off. They said they will handle everything. And when they meant everything, they meant everything. I would recommend Austin Jackson Law Firm because they relieve you from all the pressure. Get Austin Jackson, get Augusta Guy.
Over the last 20 low monthly rate. For your free quote, call now.
And last but not least, a restaurant in North Carolina is getting recognized for their elf-tastic decorations.
Owners and workers are making sure the feelings of Christmas come every year to all their patrons. Maureen Wirtz explains.
We encourage them to have a good time.
There's no technical way to measure it.
It has grown to be out of control.
But at McDonald's Family Restaurant in Bessemer City,
Ready for some cookies?
too much
I'm another one of those who has no idea of how many elves are in here.
is just enough.
And
And then it kind of became an obsession, you know?
Squeezed into every open space, they are full of Christmas spirit.
Have you and Peggy's? There you are.
Every year it escalates a little more. It just, you can't help it.
Co-owner Susie McDonald started collecting elves in the early 2000s. She can't remember exactly when she started all of this.
It does give my spirit a lift. I've been doing it for so long, I don't know that I'd be able not to do it.
But this time around, she didn't have the energy to do it all. For the first time, Christmas didn't feel cheerful. Her brother, Kevin, passed away last Christmas.
He passed the day after Christmas. Yeah, he fought through Christmas. We could tell he was fighting.
I think Susie's working on those 10.
Thankfully, she has employees.
Today I'm a tall elf.
Excuse me, elves?
Absolutely. Yeah, this is her thing for sure. She loves it. She loves bringing the people in and seeing the smiles, and I mean that's what it's all about.
Who made sure Christmas still came to McDonald's. To Susie.
And they said, you don't have to do anything. We'll come get it, we'll do it. I said, okay. People would come in and then enjoy it because they enjoy it, they love it, you know. And with people enjoying it, that does help.
They have a contest going.
I cannot tell you.
Diners can win 2 free meals if they guess the number of elves in the restaurant.
I think there's 100 and something on the tree alone.
So, that could be one way to calculate Christmas spirit.
Yeah, Caleb and nobody.
But maybe it's less about counting.
I want a hippopotamus for Christmas.
And more about feeling.
Well, it's going to be another very cold night, everyone. We've got the 20s once again, some mid-20s across our area. We've also got sunshine again for a Thursday afternoon. At least it will be a little bit warmer in the afternoon compared to today. We're going to go up to 58 degrees. Low 60s on Friday and Saturday, 66 for your Christmas Eve, mostly cloudy but dry. Cloudy on Christmas Day, also with a pretty high chance of rain, 60%, mild day. And then as we go into the rest of next week, we will start to dry out and also cool back down.
Feeling very festive. Maybe not as festive as the Elf restaurant, but still festive. Still close. Well, the news continues at the top of the hour on WJBF News Channel 6 at 11.
Hogan's Heroes is next here on MeTV.